Hey there and welcome back to SnowRunner. Another beautiful day we have together right here with the White Western Star 4964 is our beautiful truck, and we are going to restore the tracks. We have delivered 24 wooden beams and then 12 metal beams to make these tracks possible. It's an absolute massive haul that we have behind us. Now we have to repair 6 parts of the railroad track. It's going to be a lot of fun though. I'm really looking forward to it. We also need to unpack the cargo. And then we are going back to the crane. There we are. Now hopefully though, this little crane is powerful enough to actually be able to do anything like this though. Oy, 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 oy. It's not the best crane, one might say, but let's see if we can actually... Yeah, it is way too heavy apparently though. Yeah, that's something. I think we do need a specialized crane though if this is not going to work out for us. So far, so good though, huh? No, we cannot bang it up too much, you know, because... Ooh, here we are. A little bit more. There we are. I'm not really sure how this is working. Just like that, maybe. And then we have to go towards there. I have no idea. It's the first time that we are going to do this mission. And this type of delivery. It should be technically correct though, right? There we go. Nice. Look at that. So that is how we are doing it. We just have to deliver it and then we have to do some cargo management. Now, isn't that awesome though? Let's restore the crane and let's go grab another one. So yeah, this is what we are going to do. We have been really waiting for this for a long time though, because it was such a massive prerequisite that we had to, you know, deliver so much cargo, and it was a lot of fun though. It was a lot of fun. Now, I could recommend though, right, you know, to do all of that and then just bulk everything up, and I would really advise that to do, right, you know, just stack it up on your trailer. If you can drive like that, because it skips a lot of time. But if you want to be a little bit realistic though, like we are playing here, and of course, you know, be a little bit more patient, but do whatever is fun for you though. That's the beautiful thing about the game. Oh, it's a sandbox after all, right, you know, and we can all play in it. Now, the White Western Star, yeah, perfect for this job. Although we will have to see how it can actually haul in here in the little water side. But if we cross this tree, I hope it is crushable. It's a rather thick looking one. Yeah, it is. Nice. Shortcut unlocked. But this feels like an absolute reward though, huh? For a lot of work that we had done before everything, you know, and yeah, man, this feels really, really good. Now, this is the water thing that I was actually worried about. Yeah, this little lake over here. So what we can do is actually be smart about it and skip this part. It's very deep. And then go over the road like that, right? Then go here and then deliver that. Then that one we could deliver either from this side or actually from this side too. That doesn't matter too much. I think that will be the smartest thing to do. Not because we will probably get stuck there, but the momentum will be gone, you know what I mean? And momentum is very important. Now, there's a little thing though that I did not think about, so I have to thank Jay for this one. When I played the game at launch on my PlayStation 4, I'm now on PC, I just fought hard mode, right? You know, I never thought about the difficulty about these types of games, so just hard mode. And we could not sell our trailers, right? So I had losses back then quite a bit. Learning the game and doing this and doing that. Now we are playing on normal mode because I forgot to put it in hard mode. But if you want to have fun though, play in normal mode. Don't punish yourself too much, right? So the thing though is, we can actually sell our trailers. Now I didn't do that for a very, very long time. Let's just be honest. I never did it. So I am going to sell all my trailers and we are going to be rich though, from zone to zone to zone, and hey, guess what? Zone again. So, you know, that is going to be an absolutely mammoth of a task though, right? An Herculean task. So, yeah. there's a benefit to it too, right? We already have a new truck that I will show you later on. We also have something to do. Well, we do need to make new print screens for my older content, right? You know, my quality has developed quite a bit though from back then to now. And I have to say though, the comparison is surreal though. You really can't, in my opinion though. So that's a beautiful thing. We grow a lot though as a content creator, and we do need new thumbnails anyways for our logo and all of that, you know. So it will help out while going through the trailer haul though, right? So that's something that I have to do off screen, of course. But yeah, man, that's a beautiful tip though, huh? I can get my trucks back and afford new ones too. So that's really, really nice. Let's put her in high gear right over here. We are going to go through the side of this beautiful railroad track. Now, what would have made me very happy though is, hey, why is here a switcher? Do you see that? There's a switcher here, or an option to install a switcher. That's interesting. Huh, very strange though, very strange. At least I assume it's a switcher though, right? Because if we just go down in the ground, it doesn't make much sense. So, no, let's just call it a switcher. Here we are. I would say the Avonhorn or the Padera would be ideal because of the red crane though, right? Oh, we had to unpack. There we go. Always put your anchors out with heavy cargo or cargo that is far away from your crane. But yeah, you know, like it's a very powerful crane though, that red one. I forgot the name about it for a second though, but it's a very good one. Alright. Cannot smash this one too much around. Press it a little bit back. There you go. Slides, uplift, slide movement. There we go. That's beautiful. That's perfect. Let's restore anchor. Let's move back. Cargo management. Another part on my bar. Do you see how dangerous though? Oh, you cannot see it from here. Look at this. No. They are going to blame me for this, right? We together. You're my passenger. You're driving shotgun. You are sitting there too. You approved of this also. We are both going to jail, dude. No. Those railroad tracks, yeah. They're going to be the end of us. Oh, yeah. Respect for the axis right there, though, huh? And the suspension. Wow. I hope the train can handle it too, you know? So yeah, now we have a golden option here. We could go over here. It's a little bit dry. And then fix this one first and that one and go in a circle though. That makes a lot of sense. If not, we have to turn around, move that way, go here, go back. You know what I mean? It doesn't make too much sense. So let's go forward here. Put her in high gear so we are hauling ass. Always a good thing, right? You know? Back to auto so we are hauling with speed. A little bit to the left, so we avoid the mountain over there to the right, the dwarf mountain. And here we are. Now I would have to call the railroad inspection anyways, right? You know, and tell them about the little dip there and the wonky rails that we just did catch. There has to be a lot of extra, you know, being inspected here, fixed and all. So this is not enough though. This is not enough. Fun fact, why they are using rocks like that though is because of the vibration of the energy of the train and the locomotive in general. With the wagons and all, it will just vibrate non-stop. And those little rocks, they just compress then in a better and better way into it's a solid construction on its own. And yet it doesn't move away, which is perfect, right? You know, which is absolutely perfect. But if it was sand, Oh yeah, you know, you have issues with rain and everything else. Hoppa. It's like, yeah. So if you have a bottle of sand, right, you know, or a jar of sand, and there is something in there, if you microscopically shake it, right, you just very small shakes, the heavier object, yeah, we are too far away, the heavier object will actually move up, right? The sand and the little parts are going down, but everything else is going to move up. So that's the beautiful thing behind all of that. And that's why this little mechanism does work. I wonder how many tries it actually took him though, like how many years to actually figure that out. Because that's not something you start off with though, I suppose. Let's just be very happy though that it wasn't the bullet train he had back then, you know. Can you imagine though? Yoo-hoo! All of it gone, boys. Yep. Just derailment at top speed. In the which year was it? 70, 80, something like that. 70. Oh, even younger than that though, huh? 70. I believe the first one was around 70, 38 or something like that. I might be wrong about it. Might be even younger than that. Because, yeah, I will not put my finger on it right now. But if you do want to learn quite a bit though, in a gaming way, about in the industry, and by that I mean transport industry, from trucks, the early Tatra machines though, and they were one of the first, by the way. And of course the wagons and the trains and all, and airplanes, you could play Transport Fever too. There's a beautiful history with the campaign that you are building everything up in time. And it is rather accurate too though, right? You know, because they are going for authenticity. And you learn quite a bit because there's a small, let's say, if you click on a wagon, you get a very small summary of it with the years and all. And it's very nice. You can cross-check it with real life. It's beautiful. Now we are exactly on 50% of the mission though. So that's a cool little thing. Rather quick too, I have to admit though. It's going way smoother than I thought. And the White Western Star 4964 is actually the ideal truck for this too. It is strong enough, capable enough. It is not tip heavy, it doesn't have any problems with the railroad tracks, you know, like going a little weird sideways, wobbly and all of that. It has a place for a train, which is always fantastic. Come on, yep, just like that. Not too hard. Alright, well, we had no choice there apparently though, right? You know, but it is a very, very good and powerful truck though. Absolutely fantastic. Good memories too, how we raw dogged its rescue in the White... was it White Western Dam? No, Smithfield Dam, yeah! The Smithfield Dam region in Michigan. What a difficult place though, huh, to get it from. We actually hauled it from its location where it should be. I mean, how hardcore, huh? Yeah, that was something else though, that mission. The climb, the rocks and everything. Alright, there we go. The only issue is though this little crane. It's not powerful enough, but it's not made for massive railroad tracks though. And this is a very big part. So this will weigh a couple of tons alone. Alright, lower it. Let's move it a little bit more accurately. There we go. Perfect. Cognizance. There you go. Yeah, now this one is looking bad too. I am not responsible for it though. I am really not responsible for it. Off to the next two. So the structures of my videos are going to be a little bit different than that you're used to though. Normally we have very long episodes, right, of 30-40 minutes, and that can be a little bit heavy though for a lot of people. We are all very busy, right, aren't we? And I kind of want to dissect it a little bit. Instead of focusing on 2-3 missions, we will focus on one mission, and if it's a very short one, then we can do a couple more, right? You know, you get the drift. And nothing will change though, right? You know, because if, let's say, most of my episodes right now will be 20 minutes, I will just upload 2 per day, you know, for the same amount of time that you are used to right now. And I think that's actually a pretty decent way to go about it, because then you have the options and you are not missing out on anything. Because I know like a massive chunk of you are watching on a daily routine right now. And, well, you know, like if you are anything like me, I do like to see things on 100%, you know? And if I cannot, yeah, you know, like I'm forcing myself, you know what I mean? So I don't want that for anyone. And because I do know like a lot of you are watching for 100%, I think this is a little bit more digestive. Because sometimes we have a little bit more time and then we can just catch up or, you know, like binge watch or whatever. And it's easier to follow along too, right, you know? So that's very nice. And it also will help out people that are new to the game that do need a little bit of help though with the mission or anything like that. So if it sounds like a good thing though, do let me know, alright? Because I'm not doing this alone. I'm doing this with you and it's important for me, right? You know, a little bit feedback here and there. And yeah, let's just deliver the last one now, huh? Man, this is such a smooth operation so far. It is so different, right? Ooh, not so smooth right there. That's a massive chunk of my suspension gone. But yeah, now be careful of those railroad tracks. But it has been such a crazy amount of cargo that we had to haul around. And then we have the smooth sailing in the end. It's like you're close to home while you're on a boat. And there's a massive shore though. And you know the fight is there. And then in the end, it's smooth sailing into the haven and nobody understands what you have gone through. You know what I mean? They're just like, whoa, what weather? You know, there was a little bit of a wind here though in the town, you know? And in the meanwhile, your whole ship is a wreck, you know what I mean? Ah. Yeah, that's something fishermen have to live through, huh? What a life, what a dangerous life they have. Also, we can eat a little fish, you know. There's so many jobs like that for very tough people. And nobody appreciates it though. Until you start to think about it. You know? Everything is taken for granted. Wow. My boys. Aren't they getting worse and worse? I think though, like an inspector is coming along just to fix them up anyways, right? A little bit of welding, a little bit of, you know, cutting. Because I think it has to do with these stop blocks. As you can see, that is not the case. Oh, yeah, it is the case. This one on the right goes down there, as you can see right over yonder. A little bit. Tiny bit, though. On this side, you can see it. So, yeah, you know, like that is that. But now, let's see. We have to unpack this cargo. To be fair with you, it is not as difficult to actually haul this one up. You know what I mean, though? So you don't really need the anchors for this cargo. It's not too heavy. You will not tip so far, as long as your truck is a little bit on the standard side. If we cannot get this one tipping... Ah, there we go. Don't land. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Still want to be a little bit professional about it. You know what I mean, though? There we go. A little bit further. I mean, it's the last one, though, right? We cannot be slacking right now, can we? Beautiful. Now it's nicely aligned. And we just have to align it on both sides right now. There we go. Alright, perfection. Unload. There we are. I see you did it. Soon enough cargo trains will start arriving and we can ship out timber and paper products. You deserve your cut. 16,600. That is not bad though. That is a very nice amount. Alrighty then. By that, I want to thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful time and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay happy, stay healthy. And don't forget to subscribe though. Bye bye.